What's going on, everyone? AntCap24 here from HuddleGG. Today we're going to look at how to attack the Mike Blitz 3 at a 3-3-5 wide, the meta where they're sending out basically double Mabel. Sometimes they drop a 9th player in coverage and really try to do their best to go ahead and just flood the zones, making it very difficult, waiting for 2 people to come in, whatever the case may be. We're going to show you how to space the field properly to make sure that you get the most out of your routes, to where even when they try to do what they're taking away the most space possible, you're going to be able to also pick what you want to hit, right? And we're going to look at this play called Dagger Sit, comes out of the Trey Y Flex Week. Does a really good illustration of picking routes that complement each other in different spaces in order to make sure that you've got what you need, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at it. We'll look at Mike Blitz 3. I'm going to do the meta setup where we're going to set the hard flats to 25. Then we're going to go take these outside guys, put them on curl flats to put them at 5 yards. And then what we'll do is we'll start off by just setting 8, okay? Something like this, to where they're going to send 3, have 8 in coverage. Now, all I'm going to do here in this play is, because I don't have Hot Route Master, I want to make sure that everybody knows, basically you can do this in regs, is just put the Y on a smart route out. You could put them on a corner route if you had a Hot Route Master. We can do some different things, but I want this video to be for everyone, okay, so you're playing regs, okay? Now, what I want to do is talk about where the places are that they're vulnerable. And it's typically going to be in between the 5 and the 25 yards on the outside, which your A is going to do a really good job of attacking that spot. Underneath, to where a user has to decide, do I come down? And I love the sit route by the B receiver, because he's going to sit down in a spot that forces the user to have to play him. And then right around the numbers, right? So let's talk about the A route first. This is a beautiful route that he's going to go out, and you're going to see how he's going to cut underneath it, and you're going to have an easy catch, okay? That route itself is one that I really like to run. I like it better when it's on the Y flex position. You can see here I have a wide receiver here because I like to use the tight end wide out package. So I have the tight end out here with Williams on the outside, and it gives me that opportunity to use a better route runner there. But you'll see this route, often when it's attached to the line, but when it's, flexed out, what ends up happening is just has a little bit more room to run. It gets out there quicker. It's just a really nice route to attack this meta, right? So let's just do this again so you can see that's the first route we're going to use when looking at this, okay? Now the second route is absolutely going to be this B route in conjunction with the X route. It's a 1-2 read. If they back up and they're worried or they're looking at the X, we're going to just dump this down to the B. Pretty simply, he's just going to sit there and he's going to be open, okay? That route is going to be, in my opinion, the one that you want to throw early to make sure that they realize that they have to either drop a 9th person in coverage, or they need to make sure that they have the ability to jump that themselves. That route is really going to be the one that's going to be what takes the user out of the play, right? So let's take this here. Let's do this again. And we're going to do this, right? So now what we're going to do is say they go ahead and take that route away, the B route. Then what you're going to see is that you're going to be able to hit this X right over here on the left side. What ends up happening, what we're doing with this crisscross with basically the deep in and the deep out, is that we're holding their players, right? So the number 10's doing the deep out, right? He's going to the outside, so he's holding those players to the outside, while this guy's coming with the deep in, and it's the one that's got the a few of the cuts in it. So it's like that Salem route, and it comes right in, and it's just right there on the numbers. You're hitting them. So now you're going to see the spacing. I want to make sure we see spacing here when we look at this right here. This guy is going to be open. We can show you we can hit this guy on the sidelines as well because of the same way it's going to work. So we got these 2 guys are open. Now we've got this guy underneath open. We've got this guy open. If you wanted, I want to show you that you could hit this running back under, really quickly right here. So you literally got 8 guys in coverage, and you will have 1 here. This guy will end up getting open, 3, 4, and 5 guys open, right? All 5 guys open against that. If you look at it right here, this is probably the best way you can see it, how everything's spaced out against this double Mabel coverage in order to get them open, right? So let's go ahead, and the reason why I want to show you that is because even if they add that 9th person in the equation to take something away that does free their user to take out another player, but what ends up happening again, we still have more people, right? So I'll show you just so if you want to see how you can still hit the Y, you can do that here as well. So let's do underneath. Let's put this guy at curl flats. Let's do this here. Okay, so we're good, right? So what you're going to see is that you still, if you have the arm strength, which you should if you're playing mud or if you're using, the players to be able to do it. Murray has the throw, right? See this guy come over here? You can still see that you can throw that ball to the out, okay? So what you're doing is you're just giving your opportunity to attack something with spreading the field, spacing it out, not allowing them to do much, right? So what a lot of people will do, if this is the way it's going to work, they're going to do something like this to where they're doing the same Mabel coverage. They're like, you know what, I got to do this, right? Here's my Mabel coverage. And mind you, this is only a stop one play. In this gun tray Y flex week, you have a bunch of other plays that have different routes. You have crossing routes. You can easily go ahead and audible to tray Y flex to where you got even more plays. So if they're setting all this up to stop one play, you're ahead of the game, right? So let's do something like this to where we are putting this A on a vertical hook, and you know what, we'll do something like this where what ends up happening is this guy's going to blitz, and so that they don't do it, but I'm going to make sure that he covers the X receiver just to make sure, and by doing so we're going to do it this way, right? We're going to put this guy on a hook curl this way. So he's going to hook curl the left side, this guy's going to get the right side, pretend like he's blitzing, but that's the user. This is basically the best that they can do when it comes to stopping this, right? And even at this, what you're going to see is that they can take away the B. They can take away the X manually, but they're not going to be able to take away the A or the X. I mean, the A or the Y going to the outside using this type coverage. So what they're going to end up having to do is back up those zones to 10 to 15 yards, and then that's when you start taking everything underneath with other plays. But I just want to make sure you see this. Even if they did all this, you can still see that they still got this A on the sidelines. You still got the other play on the sidelines. So it's just a lot of adjustments they got to do to stop one play. And I wanted to kind of bring a video to you to show you, just teach you as far as how to space the field properly in order to make it work. So yeah, so this hook curl went this way, right? So he's going to go over here. He's going to eventually come down on this player. The user would have covered this player, but this guy would have been open, right? So they have both sides. If for some reason, like I said, they move back those zones, then, that's their answer to stopping this one play. And then you're literally got all day to do everything else. Like, if you start seeing that, you're just putting people on flat routes. You're putting people on, tiny out routes. If they're making them back up to 10, 15 yards just to cover those routes, then you're good to go. So this video was just kind of an instructional one, just to say, if you just kind of break down where are the soft spots of a meta, where you want to attack, how do you want to attack it, and you can kind of draw your own plays up to make it easy for you. I feel like the two routes that really make this pop is the A route and the B route, right? It's really because those two routes are routes that demand extra attention when it comes to this. The X is a nice complement, but because this play had a lot of elements already in it, that's why I picked it. But you want to check to see if you can kind of make this, type of look yourself using other plays in your formations and whatnot. So hopefully you guys got something out of it. If you do, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe. Definitely trying to grind, the last month or so for you for Madden 21, but more importantly, prepare for 22 to where we're going to be, hitting videos every single day from not only myself, but other pros in the community to really help you guys get a broad knowledge of the game and really get you better and more successful playing Madden, having more fun. Appreciate you guys and catch you on the next video.